Follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Welcome aboard. Thanks for watching on YouTube TV, listening on Sirius XM channel 158, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, or any of the outstanding affiliates that you can find VSiN on across the country. In this hour, 15 minutes from right now, we'll get into tonight's Major League Baseball card. And with that, I'll tell you some strong K-props on the Ballpark Pal feature on vsin.com. And Derek Stevens, owner, CEO of this great property in 30 minutes. What's his reaction going to be when I say, did you ever envision a contest where 10,000 people are going to chop at the end of the year? By the way, the consensus plays in the millions were awful. Yeah. And the Bears were another one. They were not in the consensus top 5, but they had more than 1,000 entries on it last night. Loser.
Good observation at the top about what if McCarthy runs back and takes the safety intentionally.
Crossed my mind. I mean, the field position around. Probably not going to happen. But again, like if the kickoff returner there for Minnesota pauses for like another second, or the Bears coverage is better and they get him at the 15, I think that would have been in play.
What are you supposed to do at the end? I knew he wasn't going to kick it through. I knew he wasn't going to make it. Because you're going to tell Chandler, yes, you got to bring it out.
Of course.
You have to bring it out.
Right.
So you just have to kick it, a line drive as hard as you can, so it's too hot to handle, too cold to hold, and it goes right through the end zone. Or you just, like what Aikman said, just kick the damn thing out of bounds.
Well, that's what everybody's been saying today on X.
That was
why not give it to him at the 40-yard line? You're not taking, time's not going to run off the clock.
Yeah.
Like Johnson did all the math. They figured they can get the ball back with like 56 seconds left with the 2-minute warning, but they never got that because the Vikings are too smart. And I loved how the kick returner, he knew how deep he was in the end zone. He's like, damn, I'm way deep, man. What should I do? And KOC's like, let's go, pal. Come on, bring it out. Loved it. That was just like a battle of the minds there.
I think the Vikings were like $8 at that point. $7. I'm like, they can't do this. There's not enough time. He's not going to make it. He won't kick it through the end zone.
And he didn't.
And you saw that, bam, there it was.
And Johnson told him specifically, he was asked about it after the game. He goes, yeah, we told him kick it out of the end zone. Can't do it. Honestly, like, if you can't have a kicker in good weather, by the way, right, kick it out of the end zone with these special balls that we have now where guys are making them from 65, no problem, hitting the net.
Yeah.
That's an issue.
This is going to be a wild season. And this was, week 1 was the most kickoff returns in 15 years.
Well, you can bet that stuff at DraftKings.
So, I think you're overreacting, but it's beauty's in the eye of the beholder, what you saw yesterday. It's 17-6. The Bears couldn't put them away. McCarthy's struggling. The pick 6. The place is up for grabs. They're honoring the 85 Bears. And then all of a sudden, you can't get it cooking offensively and put them away. McCarthy comes alive. But all that stuff that happened earlier then came back to bite him. Reichert hits from 59. Santos misses. He passes on a field goal to go for it, 4th and 3. Yes, the guy was open, but he turns down points, came back to bite him. And then the horrific pass interference that led to 3 points as
really
well.
Bad.
And you lose by 3, and all that stuff happened. And that's just a game you have to win. And you go from, hey, we're excited, our new coach. Here we go, we're going to the playoffs, home opener, and then they're booed off the field.
Well, what really did the Bears do, Pauly, offensively after their opening drive?
Well, a lot of it, too, was the wounds, the errors. I mean, the pre-snap penalties.
Oh, they had a ton of them last night.
The false starts and the other stuff. But there's a lot of weapons there. I have to see more plays of the tight end. There's too much dink and dunk stuff as well.
That's all it is, for the most. Because when that guy's throwing, I mean, some of the passes last night, like, what are we doing here, man? He's not even close. Mm-hmm. Speaking of Caleb Williams here.
Yeah, too much ad-libbing again, and also the accuracy is a problem. And again, excellent point from Aikman, who's up there and can see it all. And I know Bill Barnwell had one tweet about it, that he missed one of the tight ends over the middle, that there are guys open down the middle of the field, and he's not letting it go, not letting it rip. He's taking this soft stuff underneath.
Okay, so hold on a second here. Like, why are you not buying into J.J. McCarthy at all? I don't forget the stats for a second.
Well, I'm not saying that.
Pretend that you want.
No, he's great. I mean, he had 140 yards passing, but he was good in the fourth quarter. But that's, good job.
Like, I don't even. Here's my takeaway from it: is again, the box score means nothing to me. They were going to be super conservative with him, and it was going to take him a minute to get going. His first game ever. You can't expect him to come out and set the world on fire. So I didn't. But what I saw with the arm strength from that dude last night, and again, when you compare like his numbers at the draft to others who have like thrown the fastest football over the last couple of years, he's right there with him, throwing it like more than 60 miles an hour. He's got an absolute bazooka for an arm. And like that scramble, they were not calling anything for him to run last night, but O'Connell was like, because I mean, who saw that coming?
I'm going to bet his rushing yards prop over every week. And if they get me, they get me. Because he got there last night. I know it was a sweat, but he can take off and get you 11, 12 yards. Maybe we should do that with Williams every game, too.
Well, I know. But see, like that run, what he did, that's like super athletic out of McCarthy. So I watched the guy. Again, I don't even care if they didn't forget even the final score or his numbers. They didn't look that great. But I saw an arm that's absolutely live. And I saw a guy that when pressed into it, right, and like, hey, this is the play call here. The Bears, we haven't done this the entire game. Nobody in the stadium's going to see this coming. Take off, and I was like, my God, he scored without any problem whatsoever and kind of put his shoulder down at the very end. Like I was in that one quarter. I get it now. He's going to have to do it for like 4 quarters in a lot of these games, but that'll come, right? They have a tough schedule, but again, I did not expect that guy to be the MVP of the league in the first couple of drives of the game. You got to be sky high. I am anyway. So, and I was sky high on this team anyway. But overall, forget about McCarthy for a second as well. The weapons on that team, Darrisaw didn't even play last night. They addressed the offensive line. They're going to get better. I thought Mason looked awesome at times. He's going to, again, the touchdowns will come for him. I broke this down earlier in the show. Like he got way more carries than Aaron Jones did. He was on the field for 100% of the red zone snaps. But like that defense is going to be a severe problem for most teams in the league. And they have, I think, maybe the best DC in the entire sport as well. They have a lot going for them, man. And I said this earlier, and I mean it. I mean, he's the reigning coach of the year. You could offer, like if I'm in charge of the Vikings, and if this was allowed, any team in the league could call me and say, hey, we'll give you our coach for your coach. I'd say no to every other team in the league. I'd say, nope, I got the best coach in the NFL. I'm not trading him for anybody straight up. I mean, I thought there's a lot of positives to take from the game if you're a Bears fan, because the offense never looked like that last year. And I know they had issues, but they're also facing what likely is the best defense in the league and a great team, loaded roster. Now, everyone in Minnesota was just singing his praises, from Charch to Paul Allen to Thor, about this kid's going to be great, and even what John Hansen said to us off air. I'm a Vikings fan. It's the first time ever I'm picking them to go to the Super Bowl. But I think that to go down the field and score and take the lead, and you see the weapons and the creativity, I think there's a lot of positives to take from the Bears, and that's a intriguing matchup now as they go to Detroit and see if Johnson can get the Lions down to 0-2. But the other thing is, maybe it was also, we know Dan Campbell's a renegade and a go for it and a crazy person, but also maybe it was Ben Johnson the whole time and also egging him on, like, well, come on, I got the player. They can't stop us. Let's go. I just thought it was a bad move in a low-scoring game early on when you're facing a rookie guy making his first start to pass on points on a 4th and 3. And that I thought was a bad decision. But Williams will get better. He better improve. But 21-35 with a score and ran one in, I think they're going to figure his offense out in time, and they got to cut out the pre-snap penalties. Let me give you 2 what-ifs. What if it just never clicks with Williams at quarterback, with Ben Johnson as the coach, and he can never get him to play his style of football that he wants to, or basically any other coach that they would bring in, but specifically Ben Johnson. So what
he'll know that. Huh? Yeah, he'll know that, and you'll see Bajan by maybe late October.
Okay, but what if that doesn't do anything, though? I'm just saying, like, if it's not... And so my second what if would be, what if the perfect marriage was in Detroit with Dan Campbell as the head coach and Ben Johnson as the OC? I get it. Some guys got to go out and, they got to live on their own, man. They got to live free. Let them go free. And Ben Johnson probably wasn't going to be an OC for his entire life, but that spot that he had in Detroit with that talent and Dan Campbell as the head guy might have been how I feel about KOC and Brian Flores.
Yeah, but you have to look at what happened Sunday and give Ben Johnson a lot of props.
No, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like if the perfect marriage would have been for him to be in Detroit.
Well, maybe Dan Campbell's out of his element and doesn't really know what he's doing.
Yeah, and
that's possible too. And maybe it's all of Ben Johnson with that what they did offensively,
right? And
building everything,
right? So maybe it doesn't work in Detroit without Ben Johnson. And number two, maybe Ben Johnson's not able to make it work with Caleb Williams because nobody might be able to make it work with Caleb Williams. I mean, there is that possibility.
Mm-hmm. Well, why was he so good at USC?
Because it's a different sport, and you can play with
Why can't he get? It's a 1 week. I got to give him more time. But just the structure and going.
I know.
Running around to his right every play. I'm running out here to the sideline. Yep. That's not supposed to happen. And there was too much Charlie check down too. So again, I go back to what Aikman said and how he was concerned that he wasn't letting it rip. VSiN exclusive betting splits cut through the noise, pulling real-time data straight from Circa and DraftKings. Track the percentage of bets and handle on every game across every major sport so you can make sharper, more informed bets. Start your edge today, just $9.99, VSiN.com/subscribe. You love it, can't get enough of it. Get your betting splits, $9.99, VSiN.com/subscribe.
Yeah, I think it's a two-horse race in that division. Barring injuries again, I think it's down to Green Bay and Minnesota already after 1 week, but I was strong in Minnesota. The Packers are minus 120. Mm-hmm. Good Lord. We'll get into tonight's Major League Baseball slate coming up next. Some strong K props to tell you about that you can get on vsin.com. Find out who they're on tonight. Next.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Derek Stevens joins the show in studio coming up in 15 minutes. Owner, CEO of Circa Las Vegas. His reaction to all the contests and a lot of the chalk, most of it getting there anyway, in Survivor. What are you looking at playing tonight, Pauly, in Major League Baseball? I know you mentioned the Phillies a little bit earlier.
Yeah, like the Phillies a lot. Mets have had issues, 0-4 in Philadelphia. And Suarez has been great, 3-0 with an ERA of 1 in his last 4 as well. Bad loss last night by the Mets, 1-0. Like the Giants, Robbie Ray at home against Gallen. Giants also 8-1 to make the playoffs. Giants have won 12 of 15, averaging 8 runs a game. I think they keep it going tonight, this huge stretch, 13 in a row against Arizona and the Dodgers. I think the Dodgers rough up Marquez big time. 2 starts this year against L.A., 13 runs in 4 innings. Be creative ways of how you want to play Dodgers, maybe just team total or lay the 2.5 runs against Colorado tonight. And I want to fade the Pirates on the road any chance you can get. Orioles $1.50. Pittsburgh is dreadful on the road. That's another one to look at as well. But definitely on the Phillies, Giants, futures on the Giants. As this is getting interesting now with 2.5 weeks left, that you can grab Mets plus 450 to miss, Giants 8-1 to make. And then what's going to happen in the American League? Well, Seattle make it. They could win the division, they're 2 back. But only a 1.5 lead over Texas, and now only a couple up on the Guards, who have won 5 of 6 as they took out Kansas City last night, no problem.
Well, tonight, the Mariners have to have this one because they're getting Liberatore with the Cardinals and Kirby's going. And Kirby has not been great, and they need him to get back into form if they're going to make the playoffs. He has to be one of their better guys that they have throwing. And Liberatore, he's been striking out guys lately, like last 3 starts, 9.82 Ks per 9. ERA, 4.5, FIP a little bit higher than that. He's also walking quite a few guys at almost 3.7 per 9. He's not a guy who's going to go very long in the games, though. Like, he's pitching like maybe 5 innings tops. So the offense has to come alive. That was a Malinsky special last night, by the way, for the Mariners to go back home. And they were down early, but they came back. Yeah. By the way, I'm looking right now at Circa. So when you go on their app, and of all the entire menu for baseball, there's something called MLB minus 2.5 run lines. That's not even on the board tonight for the Dodgers game. It's 3.5 runs plus 155.
Yeah.
You can grab the other way. You can lay $1.80 and grab 3.5 runs with the Rockies.
What do you think happens in the American League? We're dismissing Texas, even though they're a game and a half back, because of the injuries and the schedule's too hard.
Yeah, I think that might be a mistake.
But, okay, how about Cleveland?
Sure, they can get in.
I mean, they're a couple games back. They're 7-1 to make the playoffs.
I kind of like them tonight, too.
Yeah.
Cameron's been awful
Good numbers
for the Royals.
on Cameron, right. Springer owns Garcia. Machado owns Littell. Littell's allowed the most home runs this year as well. Texas also hot, won 12-16, averaging 6 runs a game. That's lighter against Patrick. Matthews goes against Hendricks. Twins are 9-1 last 10 against the Angels. That was a high-scoring game. How about the under in the Braves-Cubs game? 8.5. Strider against Horton. Horton 6-1 with a 0.77 ERA, 9 starts since the break. Cubs 29th in runs per game since the break.
Well, let me give you a couple of guys on vsin.com. When you click on tools and go to strikeout projections, our friends over at Ballpark Pal, a couple of guys that they're not expecting big things tonight with the K's. One would be in this game, and it's not Cade Horton. It's Spencer Strider. So they projected sportsbooks to make the line at 4.5 because their projection tonight for Strider is 4.82 Ks. Well, he's either 6.5, like under minus 160, or 5.5 under is plus 120 in that neighborhood. The last 5 games for Spencer Strider, 6, 2, 2, 3, and 1K. He is not the same guy, not the same strikeout guy that we've seen when healthy in the last couple of years, obviously. And Ballpark Pal has him at 4.82, and you can find 6.5 under minus 160. Robbie Ray's the other guy tonight for the Giants. They get Arizona.
Uh-huh.
They project him for 4.66. Now, I think his numbers come down a little bit today, but it's still 5.5 under plus money on Robbie Ray, and they think there's good value on him staying under his prop for tonight.
This has got to be, this is rare. There are 6 late games. There were 6 late games last night.
Yeah. You sent me a text like that. I'm like, Is that right?
Yeah. There's 6 late games.
So basically, you got West Coast team playing.
Yeah. A's, Giants, Padres, Mariners, Angels, all at home.
Dodgers.
Dodgers, thank you. What do you want to do with the Padre game? And I'm dismissing the Reds, even though they're in this, only 4 out, just because they're inconsistent and the schedule's so tough. Mm-hmm. But it's King against Littell. King first start since early August. $2, by the way.
Oh, man. There has to be a way to fade Littell.
They're a game out. The Dodgers are 280 to win the division.
I know.
The Padres are a game out.
What number would you actually lay with the Dodgers? Would you lay $1.50?
No, I would not.
You would not?
I don't trust them. I think the Giants are going to give them all they can handle here coming up, these 2 big series.
Okay, so, I mean, here are the numbers again on Littell.
I mean, look at last night.
Uh-huh.
They couldn't get to Dollander. That's 1-1. They're losing 1-0 in the 6th or 7th, and they got a no-hitter going.
You know, Dollander also had a no-hitter going in that game through 5.
Okay.
So you have that going as well. So here's the deal with this game tonight. Littell is going. Like, it hasn't been great for him recently. Like, last 3 starts, the ERA is 6.91. The FIP, which is the fielding independent, it's a truer number than ERA, is 8.51. He's allowing, in this stretch, Pauly, 4.40 home runs per 9. Like, how do the Padres not completely tee off on him tonight? The total here is 7.5. I don't know what we're going to get out of King, but if he is... Now, they have an unbelievable bullpen, obviously, so if he can go 5 innings and turn it over, but like a first 5 team total over here with the Padres, doesn't that make a little bit of sense with how Littell's been? You want to, the home run props.
Machado owns them. Machado
right.
Props, yes. That's good. That's good.
How about a first inning run? The year fee here is minus 105.
Okay. You can sell me on that. Who's going to win the AL East? It's down to 2 now.
The Yankees are.
You think so?
I do.
You're there. Wow. Bichette's on the DL now?
Yeah, that's big.
It's this huge series against Houston. I do like them tonight with Bieber. Then it's Baltimore, Tampa, Kansas City, Boston, Tampa. That's doable. And the pitching's strong, so I think they can be okay.
Boston has the 4th most difficult SOS remaining, and they're 1 game behind the Yankees.
Toronto has the tiebreaker over the Yankees. That's big, too, so it's essentially a 3-game lead.
And Toronto has the 12th hardest schedule.
Mm-hmm.
The Yankees are all the way down at 5th easiest.
Oh, it is.
So those remaining games,
Oh.
3 Tigers, 3 Red Sox. Other than that, they have, like, are the Orioles going to play the role of spoiler down the stretch?
That's no gimme.
The Yankees have them 7 times.
Okay.
They got the White Sox 3, the Twins 3. Although the White Sox are playing good ball now. Hell, they that team along with Washington, they have the most wins in the month of September. We got a tweet earlier asking about that.
Yeah.
Somebody said they grabbed the White Sox at 300-1 for most wins this month at Caesars.
Great job. Good job. Okay. After the Cardinals series, it's 4 for Seattle at home against the Angels. You got to take 3 out of 4. Come on. Then you go to Kansas City. Then you go to Houston. You close Colorado and the Dodgers. The final series of the year, they play the Dodgers. Will the Dodgers need it, though?
Yeah,
Who knows?
They might.
Is the division over, or do they need it? Because you would love to sit back, and the Dodgers are sitting everybody because the division's decided. So you get 6 cupcakes there where you're playing backups and Dodgers are sitting people, and you get the AAA Rockies.
If we could be a fly on the wall for all of these teams in the mix to, like, win their division, like, it's down to the wire, right? Are they going to win the division, or are they going to just make the playoffs and play right away in the wild card? Despite division winners with that bye, it's not going well for them in recent years. Don't you think every team would say, we want to win the division, we want the time off?
Yeah.
That way we can set the rotation, get our guys ready, even though it's been a disaster.
Yeah. It's a discussion we used to have when teams had issues off the bye in the NFL.
Right.
You want the rest, though. NFL season underway. The edge goes to those with the best data. VSiN Pro delivers real-time DK and Circa betting splits so you can see where the public and sharps are putting their money. The morning email from Bill 80 recapping every best bet, every host, every guest. 24/7 video on the VSiN Watch app, the Pro Tools, VSiN.com. Everything you need to stay ahead all season. Sign up now, $9.99. VSiN.com/subscribe today.
Derek Stevens is going to join the program coming up next. Owner, CEO of Circa Las Vegas. So, Pauly, we'll go over Survivor. We'll go over Grandissimo. He's also a lifelong Lions fan. What do you think his level of concern is after one game?
I think it's going to be high. Although, let me say this from Klefta. The kid had the tweet. 7 of the last 8 years, a playoff team has been blown out in week 1.
Yeah.
That's because other than that, Lions, Dolphins, right?
Sure. Well, watch it correct in week 2, right? Biggest overreaction to the years after week 1, obviously. So we'll get into that and more with Derek Stevens coming up next on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Welcome back. Every week at this time, the owner and the CEO of Circa Las Vegas, Derek Stevens, joins the program in studio. Today is no exception. Good to see you again, pal. How are you?
Oh, good. Good to see you guys.
We'll get into the Survivor stuff and contest stuff coming up in a minute. I just asked Pauly the question, what do you think Derek's level of concern will be with the Lions as a lifelong fan after 1 week? What is it?
Oh, I thought Lions are going to have a tough year. I mean, they've got a tough schedule. This information I learned on VSiN listening to you about Jared Goff was release was a little long. Then maybe there's a Ben Johnson problem there. Ben Johnson going to Chicago might be good for nobody. I mean, might hurt the Lions, and maybe he doesn't have the personnel in Chicago. So I don't know. The Lions did not look good. They Gibbs couldn't break out. There's a lot of problems there.
10 catches, 31 yards.
It's incredible.
I mean, dink and dunk the entire time. What are we watching?
Yeah. I mean, I was really surprised they didn't run Jameson Williams out there. I mean, how do you stretch the field a little bit? I mean, you had one play to Laporta. They didn't use Laporta. Didn't really use Jamo. Slog got something at the end, but nothing really. It was a tough game.
It'd be tough to use him in Survivor Sunday. Laying 6 to the Bears. That's a tough matchup now, an intriguing game.
Yeah, laying 6 is a very interesting number. Yeah, big number.
Yeah, right, like a lot of them. So, biggest surprise for you, what transpired with all the contests and over the weekend. Let's start with Saturday night. Was it the 24 no picks or that every team was used?
Yeah, I think every team being used. I've said it on a few different shows. Last year there were 31 teams selected for Circa Survivor in week 1, and I don't understand why. I don't know. Somebody said maybe the term being a little too cute. You can't win Circa Survivor on week 1. I don't understand the reason to take an underdog. I think people that played correctly, top 7 selections made it to week 2, and I think that's the way it should be. If you're going to take an underdog, let's just say you took New Orleans and they won. Okay, so if they would have won, so now we're in week 2, big deal. How much advantage do you have? Nothing really, So, no, I thought picking all 32 teams didn't make sense to me. It's actually something I'm going to talk about next year because it's kind of a layup to people that play properly.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's a prop for you this week. More teams selected or more no picks week 2?
Oh, I like it.
More teams selected. Oh, throwing me on the spot here. Let me think about this. We do have a concern on the no picks for week 2. I will tell you why, and I'll say it here. Hopefully we can mitigate it. I think that Jeff Benson said he expects more no picks in week 2 because a lot of people that signed up in the last 4 days before cutoff did it here at the kiosk. They had to get it in and all that. This is going to be their first time they have to put their picks in, through their proxy or whatnot. They're going to forget what proxy they utilized, or they're going to forget who to call. Jeff said, or forget what the deadline is. So Jeff knows that on week 2 at 9 a.m., our service department's going to get a number of emails and phone calls saying, hey, I want to try to put my pick in and saying I missed it. Because a lot of people don't, they were here. They weren't thinking about what the deadline was. So there could be some issues. So I think you're going to have a good amount of no picks next week.
Okay, excellent. Also, you've been very active on social media, as always, Instagram and also X. Great job with the Golden Gate, which we'll get to. How about this? And I think this needs to be said. You tweeted out, great job to everyone with a record-setting 55% increase in the contest entries. And I think your credit to your staff. Get them in, get them out, sign up, no problem, in and out in 5 minutes. Incredible job.
Yeah, they did a great job. I mean, we got swamped. I mean, last year, total amount of 20 million of entries between the 2 contests. This year, 31.3 million. I mean, that kind of blew everybody away. I had nothing to do with Jeff Benson doing this self-deprecating deal of this Save Jeff campaign. Right. And one of the guys in the back had some AI with him dancing around with a cardboard sign out front of Circa. It was pretty funny looking. But when I saw it, he didn't tell me he was going to do it. I'm like, oh, man, I got thrown in. Next thing you know, my DMs are lighting up like, don't do it. If you do it, wait a second, I got nothing to do with it. It's kind of hard to communicate sarcasm through X, I guess. So had to put that out there that it's hard to communicate that. But Jeff did a great job, and we got a few extra bonuses in there.
All right. How about the Grandissimo? Come on now.
69. Are
69.
you kidding me?
I can't believe it.
$6.9 million in this thing. I blew away all expectations. I mean, somebody said, would you ever get to that number? I mean, I thought we had a chance at 20, maybe 25. I just didn't realize there'd be this many people coming out of the woodwork wanting to participate in something like this. So it's good. It's been a lot of fun. Pretty amazing. 69 for 69 on opening week. That's pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was all good.
Did you ever think that you would put together a contest where 10,000 people are going to chop at the end of the year?
I think there's going to be enough people saying no chop, so I think we'll be all right.
Did you text Dana White to get in?
Yeah, Dana was in Maine, going out to Sturgis, and then he's back. He's floating in the middle of the Bellagio fountain yesterday for the promo commercial. So,
for the fight.
He's got a few things cooking.
How much handle are you expecting on that fight? This has to be the biggest fight in Vegas in several years.
Mm-hmm. I think there's a reason you could say this will be the biggest fight ever, handle-wise. I mean, what Canelo brings, inflation, there's more money out there now. I think maybe it's not as sexy as, an older Tyson fight or a Holyfield.
De La Hoya, Mayweather.
Yeah, De La Hoya, Trinidad, those fights of 20 years ago. But I would say handle-wise, I would bet this is the biggest fight ever. And obviously the crowd coming in. I mean, room rates in Las Vegas are through the roof, so it's going to be a hell of a weekend.
Yeah, no question, yeah. What about the Golden Gate over the weekend?
Yeah.
I have not walked through it yet. Pauly asked me today, he's like, you won't even, yeah.
Yeah, we got a project, we got a work cut out. We did something on Tuesday. We're moving all of our dancing dealers and all of our entire table departments moved into Circa here or moved into the D. And we are actively working for a total of 13 days, getting ready for our launch on September 19th. We're excited about developing a new concept called The Night Starts Here. 6 p.m., 7 nights a week, open bar. Just get in line. Everybody gets an envelope with some mystery free play.
Whoa!
6 to 7. We're going to jam the place. It's going to be champagne flowing everywhere. And we're going to start everybody's night off. Whatever you're doing. If you're going to a show, you could be going to a sporting event, could be going to a dinner, just could be going gambling out of the town. But Las Vegas is the oldest building in Vegas. It's where Vegas started. So we kind of think this new Your Night Starts Here campaign matches up. So we got a lot of things up our sleeve at Golden Gate, trying to turn it into a high-end speakeasy.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Interesting. And you said last week you see it as like a big, cool, high-limit area, like the whole place?
Yeah, we got a ton of new machines coming in. A lot of people are talking about electronic table games. Yeah, we're going to have a lot more of those. But we have a lot of other games, too. I mean, we're going to have $1 million Dragon Links, $250,000 Dragon Links. What's the new one everybody loves? Spooky Links right now? Spooky, is that right?
Yeah, Frankenstein, too?
Yeah. Spooky. I mean, so it's a pretty broad range. But the whole thought process is free champagne for everybody, free drinks for everybody, free play for everybody. Right. Your night starts here. You have so many people coming to Vegas every single, whether it's a Tuesday or a Friday. A lot of people, it's their first night in Vegas. You come here, it's a great way to kick your night off. And I remember you kick your night off. When I was coming out here when I was younger, you kick your night off, you catch for me, it was a hot crabs table. Nowadays, a lot with slots. A little hand-paid jackpot to get your night off and running. Yeah. Walking around house money, it's a good night.
Yeah. Is that the mummy game? Where the mummy comes out all wrapped up? Is it spooky?
Yeah, there was that's Mo Mummy, right?
Oh, that's Mo.
Okay. Was that Mo Mummy?
Oh, you got it.
Well, there's like 4 Mo Mummy.
Okay.
If you could play this Survivor contest, would Baltimore be the automatic go-to for you?
Absolutely. I mean, on the show I do with Tim and Matt Humans, for me, for fun, I did 10 Eagles, and absolutely, you can see my board right here. I mean, I got it mapped out. It is.
Hey, hold it up. Put it up there. You get these.
You got okay.
Very clear. That's what I had mapped out. Ravens.
Okay.
I'm going all Ravens. Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
How many?
I like the spot for the Ravens. This is when you'd use them.
So we had 7,000 last week on Denver. You think we'll have more than 7,000 this week on Baltimore?
Yeah, one moment in time, there's over $10 million on Bo Nix. I think we'll set an all-time record in Survivor contest history. There'll be more money on Lamar Jackson this weekend than anyone's ever had.
Great to see you again.
You too.
Have a good week.
Thank you.
In Pocket Plays coming up next.
To determine the winner of any given college basketball game.
Someone gives you 10,000 to 1 on anything. You take it. Take it. Take it.
I bet you $20 I can get you gambling before the end of the day. No way. I'll give you 3 to 1 odds. Nope. 5 to 1. Nope. 10 to 1. You're on.
All right. I said I was off baseball, but back on the bus, Gus. Here we go. Giants tonight. Ray against Gallon. Giants are on fire. They've won 12 of 15, averaging 8 runs a game during that stretch. I think they rough up Gallon, and this is real. Because I think they're going to get a Phillies win earlier in the night. Suarez has been great. Mets haven't won in Philly this year. Tough loss last night, 1-0. Couldn't hit Nola. Well, here comes Suarez, Sanchez, Lazardo, and DeGrom. Phillies $1.30. Giants $1.40. Giants to make the playoffs 8-1. And one more time, Miss Jackson if you're nasty. Rakia Jackson, LA Sparks tonight. They need a win and a Seattle loss to stay alive for the final spot in the WNBA playoffs. Jackson had 15 points, minus 130. She's been on fire. She's been great. Question is, will she get enough touch? 3-0 Nats already. Oh, man. But they scored 15 last night. Jackson have 15 points tonight. Those are the new plays. I'm with Paul Stone. The Bulldogs. Georgia laying 3.5 against Tennessee. And East Carolina laying 7 against Coastal Carolina. Coastal been awful this year. Blown out by Virginia and led, I forget the opponent, led 3-0 in the fourth quarter last week against an FCS team. Good luck, everyone.
All right, back at you, Pauly. So the rushing prop last night was good for J.J. McCarthy. I bet that early in the week, 11.5.
Oh, really? It moved that much?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I did. I tweeted this out during the game as well. I took a shot because they were not, like, he wasn't even thinking about scrambling, and nothing was getting designed for him at all. So I took a shot at a middle, and that was a loser because he ran that one in from 14 yards out. But the middle was no good, but that original bet was. So that's a winner. And the Jordan Mason anytime touchdown never really had a chance last night, although I thought he looked good. And that's going to be a guy at around that same number against the right team. I'll bet him every single week because he had 100% of the red zone snaps last night. He outrushed Aaron Jones. He's clearly the guy that they're going to run the football with. So it's just a matter of time before the touchdowns come. The new plays. So I'm with you. Baseball. Look, I mean, Zach Littell. I'll give you his kind of his game log here. Last week against Toronto, 4 1/3, 5 earned runs, 4 home runs. The game before that against St. Louis, 4 runs, 3 of them were earned, 2 home runs. Against the Cardinals, the game before that against Arizona, he only went 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, 3 of them were earned. His last good start was against Milwaukee, but before that, it was another one on the road. He got blasted by Pittsburgh. So I'm going to go Padres' first 5 team total over 2.5 runs at plus 105.
Yeah.
His overall ERA last 3 starts, higher than 6.5, and the FIP, a truer number, is like 8.51, and home runs per 9 is at 4.4 in that stretch. So a lot of them giving up. Got to go with the Padres here with that bet. And a team total here early in the week in the NFL. The Bills' defense was a disaster. I get it. I know who they were playing on Sunday night. The Ravens, they have more firepower than anybody in the league. What if the Steelers' defense is good? Now, they could be really bad, but I really liked the numbers that were put up by Justin Fields and the Jets' offense. The running game, they were killing Pittsburgh. He got Garrett Wilson involved a lot, which I love to see. So this total, I think, is going to keep going up. I'm grabbing the Jets team total over 19.5, minus 112. It's a lot higher than that at other books. I think you can get that number at FanDuel. I bet it here in Las Vegas at minus 112. That team total could go to 20.5, I think, maybe before game time. I don't know if it gets to 21, obviously key number, but I think the Jets are going to score again this week, Paul.
I think you're right. And let me put people on get ready for this prop, too. You don't think DK Metcalf's going to be jacked up for Sunday's game going against Seattle? I like DK Metcalf over his receiving yards. G-Bank is built with sports bettors in mind. Right now, you can earn a $50 cashback reward bonus once you're approved and your account's open with the G-Bank Visa Signature Card. Most credit cards treat sports books and gaming transactions as cash advances, even when it's your own money. G-Bank treats them as regular purchases. No cash advance fees. Save up to 3 to 5% on every deposit. You'll earn 1% cash back on all eligible sports books and gaming transactions. 2% cash back on everything else you buy. Apply now. VSiN.com/GBank. VSiN.com/GBank. Tuesdays now is Pizza Bets Tip Jar, sponsored by Mama's Pizza. A couple more to share here. You can always send them in, ftm@vsin.com, or tweet at us as well. This is from Colin. Bills, Jets, Patriots, Dolphins, exacta. Packers, Vikings, Bears, Lions, 78-1. Oh, 2 division exactas.
Wow.
Oh.
Man, Lions going to finish behind the Bears?
Well, that's okay. I know. I like the first one, too. And this was on EFTM at vsin.com. Guy did a round robin with 512 different bet combos. Blue Jays division, Padres division, Brewers division, Astros division, Eagles division, Bills division, Rams division, Lynx champs. This is a crazy one. Who knows when he put it in July 23rd.
So he basically did 2s, 3s, all the way up to 8.
It says, 550,000, I think. If he'd hit all of them, he did it for $5. $5 away. 49,000. Oh, 49,000. Okay, 49,000 to 1. Oh, if that comes in. Even that he did that late July. Blue Jays, Brewers.
You said how many combinations?
512.
So that's a $2,560 round robin that he put in. Because it multiplies, man. Those round robins can get up there. Depends on how big you're going to do it as a leg.
Okay, $5 parlay, 10-cent, 9-round robin. I think is what he said here on this. Okay, very good. Interesting. Good luck to you.
And the feedback. You got more?
Well, I was just going to say one. Dan on X. He witnessed the old keg swapperoo years ago at a high school party. It went from Mardi Gras to hearing a pin drop when someone found the O'Doul's plastic cover. Said that earlier where they did a social experiment. People came in at a big party at a kegger and they swapped out the keg with the non-alcoholic beer and people were still acting like they were drunk.
Oh, man, I'm hammered.
Yeah.
This beer's really hit me tonight.
Okay, so we found something here. And I know I feel bad because Jordan Scott from Mama's Pizza would say, you got to mention the cauliflower crust and the gluten-free. Hit it. It's big. You got to hit it, Mama's Pizza. We got it. How about the response on this? I had no idea.
So I told you how good it is probably about an hour ago. Again, on X at VSiN Live and Mitch Moss Radio at Pauly Howard. Tom says the white cauliflower pizza with hot peppers and roasted red peppers to die for. I'd be in. That's like right up my alley. Truck says cauliflower crust is good. I concur. From Bob, spot on about the crust. The pizza, he names another pizza joint that offers the crust. He said it's absolutely excellent. You can get frozen pizzas with cauliflower crust.
Oh.
They're like $5 a pop. They're very good. And again, the Westgate, when you go to their sports book and you look at their menu, they have pizza there with the cauliflower crust. I think it's great. Big fan. Also, a lot of feedback on Caleb Williams on X today. A lot of feedback. And it's not positive, man.
Oh, come on.
They're telling me specifically that you're way too high on the Bears.
They should have won. Why? They should have won the game. What are you talking about? Okay, go ahead.
Well, regardless, they look like crap after the opening drive. Yeah. They were terrible on offense.
They scored 24 points, though. I mean, the defense also.
Well, minus the pick six, though.
Well, that's fair. You're right. That's fair. But it's also take the points, make the field goal, please, and then Reichert hits from 59. Okay.
This is from Bosch. Caleb Williams is backyard football. And not a drop back and read quarterback. Mm-hmm. Short shelf life. I wanted Daniels from the beginning. Ben Johnson will grow frustrated, and so will the team. Ladder them under 8.5, and
quarterback change
under 4.5 in the North. There's no way their division win total is 4.5.
No,
but in last in the North.
That's probably 2.5. What he means.
Yeah.
How about a quarterback change? What was I going to say? Oh, the accuracy. Still, yeah. How about throwing fastballs to guys?
I know.
All the time.
Here are the numbers. Among all 32 quarterbacks in week 1, Caleb Williams, worst in off-target throw rate, 29%, third worst in completion percentage over expectation, fourth worst in accurate throw rate, 46%. Numbers courtesy of Scott Barrett on X.
Were you surprised at the reaction?
Did they boot him?
They boot him off the field.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that.
I mean,
I would not have
it
done
wasn't
that.
like the Ravens. It was 17-6 with a full quarter left.
Yeah, by the way, it's game 1 for Ben Johnson.
I know.
Game number 1.
They boot him off the field. Oh, it didn't look like that last year, though.
No.
At least they went right down the field and scored, and it looked like a professional team.
Prime time next for 4 hours, then cashing out with Dustin Sweetelson. Wake up, Jensen, Dave in the morning, 7 a.m. Eastern time. Good luck tonight.